was nothing that Rachel Zegler could do at this point to save her public image. It doesn't matter if Disney gives her millions of dollars to be quiet on social media, and if they give her a nice fancy PR team to tell her what to say and when to say it, she still has ruined her image and there's no fixing it. And now we're finding out that Disney's Snow White box office projections have plunged even lower as the House of Mouse braces for a looming Rachel Zegler financial disaster, and she is one of the major reasons. Even though lately she hasn't said anything terrible, we are not going to forget what she had said years ago, how she had trashed the original animated, how she had trashed fans, how she has just acted so disrespectful, and there are going to be plenty of people boycotting this film over her statements, and I think that a lot of people who might be nostalgic for Snow White aren't even going to see this because they're sick of live action adaptations. So this article says just when it seemed like the box office outlook for Snow White couldn't get worse, new projections indicate that the film is set to open even lower than initially expected. According to a leading Hollywood research firm, the live action remake is now tracking for a $53 million opening weekend in North America, with estimates ranging between $48 million and $58 million. This is a significant drop from earlier forecasts, which had projected a 63 to 70 million debut, and even that is pretty low. You are talking about Disney here. You're talking about a live-action adaptation that they've put hundreds of millions of dollars into, apparently $300 million into this movie, meaning they probably want it to make like 700 million on the low end, because typically movies need to make double and then some. So they're probably hoping for at least 700, probably $1 billion is what they would love to shoot for, and I don't think it's going to get even close to that. With just 3 weeks until its March 21st release, Disney's final marketing push is now in full swing, but whether it can change the trajectory remains to be seen. I don't think that there's anything they could do at this point that could save this movie. I think that parents are going to bring their kids to see it. There might be some nostalgic Disney adults who go to see it, but besides that, I don't think that this is going to appeal to a massive audience like the first few live action adaptations did. Like you had Cinderella, which did really good, Beauty and the Beast, Aladdin, those all did $1 billion. But then after Mulan, we have seen a significant decline with, of course, Mulan, then The Little Mermaid, and I think Snow White is going to be right there in the failed adaptations category. And this movie does deserve to fail because Rachel Zegler is somebody who is just not a genuine individual. She's not kind, she's not compassionate, and she has no respect for the source material or for the fans who were simply defending it. Now, she has a big new fancy PR team who has clearly tried to save her image, but it was too little too late. She attempted just days ago to walk back her Snow White criticism in an interview with a polished Disney PR spin. She was talking about how, instead of it being hateful backlash against the film, now it's a sign of passion from fans. I interpret people's sentiments towards this film as passion. What an honor to be a part of something that people feel so passionately about. We're not always going to agree with everyone who surrounds us, and we can do our best. And if she had said this from the beginning, people would not hate her. But she was originally criticized because she attacked the 1937 classic, calling it dated and referring to the prince as someone who literally stalked Snow White. She dismissed the original storyline by saying it's not 1937 anymore, and very evidently so, signaling her disapproval for the film's core themes. She even balked at the idea of Snow White's primary dream being finding true love, as though happiness isn't something anyone should aspire to, which is terrible. The reason why these Disney movies used to highlight themes like love and happiness was because that is what you should aspire for in life, is to be a better person because somebody changes you, because you love them, because they love you. Trusting people, having faith in people to do better and to be better. These are all amazing themes, but modern day Disney hates them. And instead of just respecting that source material or even not adapting it and just making something new. They've decided to modernize Snow White, which everybody hates. And nobody really likes Rachel Zegler either. So, of course, going into this release, I'll be keeping my eye on what Rachel Zegler says and what Disney says and how they continue to market her, try to make her more funny and relatable. But so far, things are not looking good because while they've given her this big new fancy PR team, people can see through the BS. And now the Snow White box office projections have plunged even lower than they already had been. But that's all that I really had to discuss in this video. Let everyone know your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoyed this, give it a like, and if you didn't, give it a dislike. I appreciate your support either way, but I'll talk to you all again in the next video really soon.